For this project, you are going to be completing an agomorphic project where you're going to be completing two different pictures that have to do with heroes. So everyday heroes or famous heroes, you get to pick. And then if you would like to, on one side you can do a hero. So here I did the Liberty Bell for the forefathers trying to get freedom for our country. And then on the other side I wrote thank you. So you can use a text for one of your images and an image for the other, or you can use two images, but you have to have at least one image. So you can have one image in text or two images. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to get two pieces of paper that are exactly the same size, and then you're going to fold one of them in half. Once you fold them in half, you'll have your crease for where your two pictures are going to be split. So draw your picture on one side and then your second picture or your text on the other side. Then you're going to cut those in half once you have that done. And then we need to put these into four. So we're going to divide this in half by just folding it. And then we're going to fold it one more time. And you really want to take some time and make sure you line up your edges. Because if you don't line up your edges when you open this up for the lines, some of the pieces will be larger than others. So do that to both sides. And then once you have those lined up and your lines are clean, make sure you press down really hard so you can see the lines when you unfold it. So once we unfold it, we have our lines. Then you're going to come back in with your scissors and you're going to cut along those lines again. And so you'll end up with 8 strips of paper. So go ahead and pause the video and work on your 8 strips of paper with your pictures on them, and then once you have that, hit play again. Okay, now that we have our strips of paper cuts, we have our 4 here and our 4 here. Keep them in order so you know which way they go. I have just a scrap piece of paper here. Don't throw your paper out. If you goof up on a piece of paper, save that paper for your art projects because you might be able to use it. Okay, so we're going to fold that in half again. So we're just taking, this is the same size paper that I made my images out of. And then what I'm going to do is we need to get those lines in here so that we know where to stick these rows into, because you're going to do an A-B pattern. So A-B, A-B. Okay, so we're going to fold that one. So that's going to give us the 2. And then we're going to fold it again. So just fold this until you get 8 spaces for all of these columns. Okay, so I have my paper folded, so I'm going to open it up, and now I have 8 rows. Now, if it's easier for you to remember, you can write A, B, A, B, A, B, or the numbers 1 to 3. Or, I'm sorry, 1 to 2. So you're going to decide which you want to do on this. You can use, I'm going to just use regular, I got some clearance glue at Walmart, so I was able to get that, and I'm going to use that to attach my pieces of paper. So I'm just going to take a paintbrush and I'm going to put some strips of glue, not too much, we don't want to overdo it. Glue, you just need a little bit, you don't need a whole ton. You want to spread that around. If you want to use your fingers, you can use your fingers, whatever works. If you have a glue sticks, use a glue stick. If you want to use tape or staples, whatever you have handy. Okay, so I'm going to just put the glue on a little bit of it to start off with. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to lay our A, so our first picture. You want to line that up. And then I'm going to come over here to make sure we have these lined up so I know what order they go in. Okay, so this is the first piece of this one. So I'm going to lay that one down. And you want to make sure they're not overlapping, otherwise it won't fold. All right, so this is the second one for that one. And we're going to lay that one down. And then we're going to get our second one from this one, and we're going to bring it over. You can label your pieces numbers 1 to 4 if you think you might get confused about what order to put them down in, or just keep them lined up. Have somebody around that can help you make sure you aren't putting the wrong one on. Because once you glue them down, they're stuck. You don't want to have to cut it apart to fix it. Okay, so this is this one. So now I need to do this one. So just keep coming, okay, and just keep adding all of these onto here as you go across the page. Okay, so I have all of my pieces laid down. Now mine has glue on it, so I'm going to want to let it sit for a little bit and let it dry. Now, when you do this, you may end up with a little bit of an overhang, and that's okay. And the reason you're getting that is because you have a little teeny bit of space in between each of these where you made that crease. So there's a little bit of space here, a little bit of space there. So all across it, there's a little bit of space. And so if you have that overhang, that's okay, but you want to make sure it's not too much that it makes this piece fall off. So you can see this one still has a pretty good amount stuck to the page. So what you're going to do, let that dry. If it seems like it's bubbling a little bit, just smooth it out. You could put a book or something on top of it to let it dry flat. And then once it's dry, you can accordion fold it again. And you will see your image come out. So we're over just accordion folding it like you're making a fan. So like you might take a piece of paper to make a fan out of. You're just going to do that with this. Okay, so what happens when you do this is when you turn it this way, you'll see the first image, and when you turn it this way, you'll see your second image. So it's a little bit hard to see because I'm kind of close to the webcam right now. But you can see the images for your two pictures there. So one image and your second image. If you'd like to mount this to a piece of construction paper or heavier paper, that helps keep the folds in it a little bit better. But you don't have to do that. To submit your work, you can take a video of yourself using the directions in the course announcements, holding it and then turning it. Or if you want to take a picture, just take a picture of it from one side, take a picture from the other side, and then take a picture from straight on. So you should have 3 photos that you're submitting, because remember, I do need to see your projects. I need to see what you've done in order to grade it.